1976 was a great year in hard rock, classic hard rock music. There were many great hard rock albums released that year. I did a poll on my channel asking which album of these four are the best of the lot. Which is the best, greatest album of 1976? And one of these bands absolutely dominated the poll. The choices in the poll were Boston, the debut Boston album. 50 years ago this was, the debut Boston album. The second album that I put in the poll was Aerosmith Rocks. The third album was Rush 2112. The fourth album was from Kiss, Kiss Destroyer. A great album from Kiss. And one of these albums absolutely dominated the poll. And we're going to find out in a minute. So what we got is Boston got 17% of the votes, which is 10 votes currently. As of now, that might change, or that probably will change in the future. Aerosmith Rocks got 17% of the votes, which means 10 votes. And then we got 2112 by Rush. And 2112 got 8 votes, which is 14% of the votes. And finally, we got Kiss Destroyer got 52% of the votes, which is 30 votes in total. So it looks like Kiss absolutely dominated the poll with 30 votes, while Boston and Aerosmith came in second and Rush came in third. So, what does this mean? Do I agree with it? I love all these albums. They're great, but I don't totally agree. Okay, so here's the breakdown of the albums. What I think of them, how I view them, which I think are the most historic, the most important albums for me personally. I can't speak to the world. Well, I can. If you look at the numbers, I think that will indicate something, like the how they charted and how many units they sold. But I'm going to give my opinion only because that's all I could do. It's very subjective, but here's my opinion. First, I'm going to start with Boston because it's first in the poll. I'm going to start with the songs on Boston's album. Okay, More Than a Feeling. God damn, that's a classic. I think that's an absolute beautiful song. It doesn't get better than that, really. Beautiful solos. It's just a beautiful song. It's an absolute radio classic that has endured time, space, and history. So that, and Peace of Mind, the second song on that album, again, another great song, like really strong, melodic. All these are melodic. That's one good thing about this Boston album. There's so much melody in the guitar solos and in the singing. Beautiful, great songwriting here. Lots of great stuff on here. Foreplay in Long Time. Nice little instrumental there. Progressive rock almost. Really good stuff. So that first side is great for Boston. Rock and Roll Band, I always really like that song. I think it's really good. Smokin', very cool song again. Hitch a Ride. Nice mellow song. Really good song. Something About You, it's pretty good. I don't know if that's perfect, but it's maybe a drop, definitely a drop from some of the others, but it's still good. It's still pretty good. Let Me Take You Home Tonight, again, good, but again, I don't think it's quite up to par with the many of the other songs. But More Than a Feeling, that has endured the test of time. I think this whole album has. I think it's a classic, great album. And if you chose this as your number one, your favorite, I could not debate that. I think this is a great classic album. Beautiful album. Okay, for the second album in the poll, Aerosmith Rocks. This album is stunning. It's beautiful, classic, heavy, good, great, hard rock. I love this album. Back in the Saddle. Oh my God, that's a beautiful song. I love it. Style, front to back. That rhythm, I don't know, man, that's so neat. That main riff, and then Steve Tyler coming in with those vocals are so cool. Damn, Back in the Saddle is killer. If you told me that, if you thought that Back in the Saddle is the best Aerosmith song ever, I would not disagree with you. Although it's hard to rate. I mean, there's so many great songs from these bands that you can't really choose one song over the other. But I would have no disagreement with you if you chose that. Last Child, good song, nice little groove. It was not my favorite as a kid. I was not, when this came out in 1976, I was very young. And 77, 78, I was hearing this. My older brother was playing this album a lot. So I got to know these songs through him. I was such a Kiss freak that I was just, I was stuck to Kiss. It was like Love Gun, Rock and Roll Over, Destroyer, Dress to Kill, Hotter Than Hell, all the early Kiss albums, the first debut Kiss album. But this stuff was playing, and I was getting accustomed to it. It took me a little bit longer. It didn't have the commercial impact that Kiss had. But damn, when this hit, this was so strong. I think it was the early 80s when I eventually, probably the early 80s, yeah, like 81, roughly 82, where this album just blew me away. I was just like, I knew it from 1976 that early, but it just grew on me, and I accepted that more, maybe a less overtly commercial hard rock. And man, when it hit me, this album friggin' blew me away. It blew me away, man. It's beautiful. One of the best, greatest hard rock albums of all time. This is unbelievable. The best Aerosmith album ever. This is incredible. This is easily the best Aerosmith album ever. Rats in the Cellar. As a kid, I did love Rats in the Cellar. That was one that I really liked, probably because of the energy. I always liked kind of high energy songs, just kind of aggressive and melodic too. New York City blues. It's got melody, good melody in it. I love that. Combination, that was a song that grew on me later, and I realized, wow, that's a good song. And that was after many years again, like in the early 80s, that one sort of hit me as the whole album started to hit me, not just, this song and that song and this song. My song, though, originally with Aerosmith, the first song that I always loved, that really I was taken by with Aerosmith, was a song called Sick as a Dog, the first song on side 2 of Aerosmith Rocks. Sick as a Dog, I always loved that. That was, it felt kind of close to my heart. I don't know why I love that. But I mean, I love so many of these equally to Sick as a Dog. They're so damn good. Nobody's Fault. Nobody's Fault. Holy crap, that's friggin' good. That is so good, man. That's great. Get the Lead Out, really cool song. I especially like the middle breakdown. Get the lead out. Oh no, no, no. How they change it up, totally switch gears into another gear, better gear actually there. Lickin' a Promise, really cool song. Really cool song. Home Tonight, the ballad on the album. Home Tonight is a really, really good ballad. Like, this album is friggin' amazing. It's a beautiful, man, this is awesome. I love it. I better calm down. You know, a little bit. I had a lot of coffee earlier, and got a little bit of alcohol. Coffee and alcohol tend to rev you up. It's very, very late at night, though. Way too late again. Here's a toast to Aerosmith Rocks. Great album. Okay, now moving on to Rush 2112. It's a Rush album that I'm not fully familiar with. I know it well enough, but I haven't really delved into it deeply. I know all the songs. When I hear them, I know them, but I don't know them like I know Aerosmith Rocks, Kiss Destroyer, or Boston, the debut album from Boston. But it is actually a very good album. It's not my favorite Rush album. That would probably be, no, that would definitely be A Farewell to Kings. A Farewell to Kings would be my favorite Rush album. But this is a very good album. Temples of Syrinx. I love that. I think that's really good. A Passage to Bangkok, really good. And the other ones by name, I'm not, so I'm not totally, I got to give this a good review and a good listen, because I could rate it higher maybe than I actually think it is currently, or I might rate it a little bit lower. Like I said, I see the names of the songs, but I can't quite, by looking at the names, I can't identify, you know, the melodies and the structure of the song just from that. So that shows you that I don't know it top to bottom really well. So there's a little bit of doubt in me. In my mind, I sort of looked at this album as being lesser than the other three albums. Less important to me personally, but it is a good album. Like, it is actually a strong album. And, you know, I really think it is good from what I know of it, which is a fair bit, actually. But like I say, I just can't look at the names of the songs and tell you what song, you know, I can't piece the music together by looking at them. I got to play the damn songs. And I go, oh, yeah, I know that. I know that. But I definitely got to give this a good review and come back and maybe do just solely a review on this album, because it may deserve way more credit than I'm giving it right here. So we're going to move on to the next album, which is Kiss Destroyer. Okay, Kiss Destroyer. Don't tell me that Kiss sucks, man. This song is a classic. The first song on Destroyer. This album is awesome. It's a great album. Another great album from 1976. 50 years ago. Look at the great albums that were released. My God, this is classic. I just talked about 3 classics previous to this. But look at this. Man, let's go through it. Detroit Rock City. There's nothing to say. That's an absolute classic. What a guitar solo in the middle. It's like a goddamn, it's like orchestrated. Beautiful. I love the orchestration on this album. Some people don't like that. I think that's great. It's so creative and just adds so much to the album. The songs are great anyway. It's a classic. King of the Nighttime World, another beautiful song. Awesome guitar solo. I think, yeah, well, Ace definitely wrote that. Who else would write it, right? But that's a beautiful guitar solo in that. Another great guitar solo. God of Thunder, real strong song. Dark, very cool. Great Expectations. You may not like Great Expectations because a lot of people seem to have a problem with that and think it's crap. I love Great Expectations. I think it's great. I love the lyrics. It tells a perfect story of a rock stars and the groupies that love them, the women in the audience who love the stars and look up to them, and the guy on stage looking the girls in the eyes and saying, "You want me. I'm a rock star. I'm powerful." And the girls having that crush, that, that fixation. There's a beautiful, I think there's that beautiful connection between hero and the person who loves them. That I really love that song. I think it's great. I love all of these songs, really, except one. I mean, I think it's a good song, but I don't love it, and that's Beth. I think Beth is a good song for what it is. It never really interested me. It's just not a song that I particularly was enamored by, because I tended to like upbeat, more energetic, powerful songs that had high energy and just deep emotion. Beth, I guess it does have its deep emotion. It's just not the emotion I'm looking for, or I wasn't back in 1976 or 78 or 82 or 85 or 89 or 92. When I like a mellow song, I tend to like dark mellow, like not all the time, but I like sort of like an Alice in Chains or Black Sabbath, the darkness of like Changes or She's Gone by Black Sabbath. I like that melancholy and kind of deep emotional pain in a song. Beth is a nice, gentle song, and that's really nice too. It's got got some really good points to it also, but it's not my thing. On this album, it's my least favorite by a long shot. I love Flaming Youth. I love it. I think that's a great anthem. Great friggin' anthem. I love Sweet Pain. I think Sweet Pain's great. I've heard people say they don't like Sweet Pain or Flaming Youth, and I'm just going, what? Like, I don't know. I don't know why they don't like them, but. And Shout It Out Loud is kind of, it was my personal anthem as a budding wannabe rock star when I was 11 years old, 10 years old actually, and getting into Destroyer. Shout It Out Loud was always a really important song to me. And I think it's because it's, I don't know, man. It feels so anthemic. It's so powerful to me. I know you'd think, oh, this song's not a serious song. It's not a deep song. To me, Shout It Out Loud feels deep. And Kiss, all of these songs feel deep, but Shout It Out Loud, I mean, it was my anthem back then. I mean, remember in Halloween going to someone's house where dressed up in makeup. I got Gene Simmons makeup. I got a friend, I think he's got Ace Frehley makeup, and another friend, I don't know what the hell he was dressed up with, or was he Ace? I don't know who was who, but I was Gene anyway. And they said, sing a song, a Kiss song for us. And so we sang Shout It Out Loud. That's the one I chose because that's the first song I would think of when I think of Kiss is Shout It Out Loud. To me, Shout It Out Loud is way better than Rock and Roll All Night. I do like Rock and Roll All Night, but sometimes it falls flat for me. I don't know why. It's great to play it if you're playing in the bars and you get to get the people up dancing and partying. It's a great party song, though. But Shout It Out Loud, I really love. So yeah, we got the Beth. Do You Love Me? I like a lot. I really like that bridge section. Again, your backstage pass and black sunglasses make you look just like a queen. I think those lyrics are very cool. I love this album, because they talk about being rock stars and gods like you know, they're on another level. There's just this, it's a big ego thing. But it's brilliant. I just love that rock stardom. You know, they're taking it all in. They're accepting that they're the rock heroes. There's no bashfulness as far as being rock stars. They're out there and they're, you know, unabashedly, unashamed, being the rock gods that they should be. And I really love that era because of that cockiness, that arrogance, that I like humility in rock stars, but I like also that grandiose, over the top cockiness. It's very cool. Rock and Roll Party, I don't even consider a song. I never have. I never even thought it was a song. I thought it was just a little, I didn't even call it Rock and Roll Party. I thought it was just the thing after Do You Love Me? A little bit of noise and a little bit of concert venue, you know, the audience you could hear, and a little bit of Paul Stanley rapping. But that was about it. So that's Destroyer. But yeah, Destroyer, Bob Ezrin produced. Classic. I love the album cover. I mean, my God, those album covers. Again, the rock star taking over the world. They're destroying the world. It's like they've taken over. Yeah, so this album was very important to me. Very important to me. I love this album. I love Kiss. For all you Kiss haters, man, you're you're missing out. This band, man, they had great shit, man. I'm telling you. Great songwriters, man, and they just proved it time and time again through the years. They, of course, they put out some really low-level stuff too at times. I'm not saying they were perfect, like every band that I'm mentioning, or any band that I can mention: Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, Aerosmith, Deep Purple, whatever, Sweet, Cheap Trick, whatever what may have you, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Def Leppard, any of those bands, they're going to put out some crap. It's inevitable. But yeah, Detroit Rock City, what a song, man. What an album. Great album again. Yeah, I love this band. I'm a real Kiss fan. And so I love that. Okay, now I'm going to rank all of these albums from least favorite to most favorite. These great albums. Least favorite of the four, Rush 2112. Second least favorite, or moving up the ladder, getting a little better. But I hate to put this third. It almost doesn't make sense. This is such a brilliant album. Oh my God. I can't believe these albums are so damn good. This is hard to rate. Boston. The debut Boston album is number 3. I got it ranked 3rd. Oh my God. Can you believe that? I know. It doesn't even make sense. These albums, I put too many great albums up against each other, making this really difficult. Second ranked album, number 2. I'm going with, don't get angry with me, Kiss fans. Kiss Destroyer is number 2. I know, I can't believe it, right? I don't even know if I truly believe that it is, but I'm putting it number 2. Damn, such a great album. How could that be number 2? That's friggin' classic, man. That's killer. But Aerosmith rocks. It fucking rocks. It's a great album. It's just, oh my God, man. Like, the thing is, Destroyer, I would probably have to deduct points for Beth a little bit. Like, I do think Beth is great, but to me, Home Tonight by Aerosmith, I like better. I would rather listen to that. I relate more to it. has a bigger, better impact on me than Beth. But Destroyer is killer. It's friggin' killer. But Rocks, check it out. If you're not, like, go over it. Don't listen to it once, because it's not an album I think you could get into 1, 2, or 3 times. I think the more you listen to it, it's a very long-lasting album. It's still, after all these years, it hasn't worn out its welcome. It hasn't worn out its welcome. It's still powerful, still great. And I guess that would be the album that I would suggest to any hard rock fans to listen to out of these 4, to go back. If you want to hear a great album, I would suggest Aerosmith Rocks. Classic, killer, beautiful, the best Aerosmith album ever. And actually by quite a bit. I would give that, yeah, by quite a long shot, actually. I think it's way better than Toys in the Attic. I don't even think it's close. And Toys in the Attic is the Aerosmith album that gets all the love, well, the most high praise and the most acclaim. But Rocks is killer, man. One of the greatest hard rock albums ever. And I think Destroyer by Kiss is also. And I think Boston is also. I don't think I would put 2112 up there with that. I don't think it's one of the greatest albums, hard rock albums ever. Progressive rock albums. It's a very good album, but I don't think it holds up to the other 3. As of now, I'll give it more listens and maybe I'll change my mind, but I haven't heard it for a while. But there's other Rush albums that are way better than 2112, in my opinion. And I'll get to those in a later video. So, did the right album win in the poll? Kiss Destroyer so far is winning. You could vote. If you haven't voted, you could go to the, comments section, or the poll section. What is it? Comments, community, poll. And you could vote on this poll and tell us which album is your favorite of the 4. And so which one, and also mention in the comments which of these albums is your favorite and why it's your favorite. Is there particular songs that you think are great? Is it because it stood the test of time? Which I think Aerosmith Rocks really does. And I think Boston does too. I think even, I think Destroyer does too. I think so. In my mind, Destroyer is never going to be a crappy album. I love it. I think it's great. So, yeah, tell us which one you're picking, which album you pick, and which 1976 album did I completely miss? I'm going to do more polls. I'm going to do another poll. I have Thin Lizzy, Jailbreak. That's another one. I was going to do a Ted Nugent. Frampton Comes Alive there, Peter Frampton. I might put that. I think I'll put it. It's a live album. I was thinking, is there a Judas Priest album or a Black Sabbath? Was it Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath? That might be coming too. Which, you know, I'm a big Sabbath fan. But, so let us know which albums we missed from that year that are great, that you think should be included in the next poll. So yeah, thank you for listening. I'd love to hear your comments and engagement in the comments, and I'd like to see a couple of likes on this video. And please subscribe to the channel, and I'll drink more to bring you more videos, because I need to drink to make videos. I can't do it without the drink. Thank you for listening. Subscribe and rock and roll all night and party every afternoon, evening. and even in the morning.